Welcome back, YouTubers. Rotary powered garage here. It's been a long time. Finally going to get back into the build series. This is my 74 Mazda rotary truck. We're getting back into the engine bay, stripping some stuff out, master cylinder, power vacuum, brake assist, brake lines, all that stuff. Gonna get the engine bay ready to get some primer, some little filler, little primer, basically get it ready to paint. That way I can get it in some epoxy and whatnot, getting it ready to go. It's been sitting for a long time, so kind of get back into making some content with it. So enjoy, comment, like, subscribe. Got any questions, etc., etc. You know the drill. It all helps the channel. I'm trying to build this channel again, so enough talking, let's get back to work. So I'm currently taking brake lines off for the master cylinder, and so that's what we're at. Let's see, where'd my 10mm go here? Not very great on camera, so bear with me. You get to see all the bloopers and all that happy good stuff, because I'm doing this real time. Let's see here, where did my 10mm go? You're right back. Okay, the brake lines here on the master cylinder are 10mm. I don't have a brake line wrench, so luckily my open end wrench fit it really well, so we don't worry about stripping the fitting, because that would be a bad deal. Like that one kind of wants to. See if we can't. Nope. Let's see here. There we go. Got to be very careful you don't round the heads out on these things and strip them out, because that's just a. You'll have to replace lines and all sorts of good stuff, and I might end up replacing the lines with this thing with some nice stainless steel stuff, because I want this thing to look as good as it's going to go. The motor in this thing is going to be a 93 RX-7 13B race port, so basically a large street port with some nice sharp closings, so it'll make some good power. This thing should be making about 800 wheel horsepower. GT42R for the moment for the turbo. Okay, brake lines are all undone. Now let's get in there and peel off the master cylinder. Those should be 12mm heads. Go grab the 12mm. I'm most likely going to put a Willwood cylinder, a brake booster, and master cylinder, all on this stuff so I can have some real brakes. Because this thing is going to be a street legal drag race truck, basically. 160 plus mile an hour, quarter mile, that's the goal. Of course, we always want more after we get there, right? But that's the goal for the moment. So. I got my proper protection on, gloves, got my dust mask on, so when I start sanding, I was doing a little bit of grinding a little earlier on the frame, so I take my safety very, very seriously. 56 years old, don't have any health problems, so to speak of, because I take care of my safety gear. or use my safety gear, excuse me. Okay, so, okay, we got 2 more here. Very important to have your safety gear on. I used to not wear it when I was younger, and when I got older and started hanging around, about 30 years ago, started hanging around Rob at Pineapple Racing. He was a firm believer in rubber gloves and all that stuff, and unfortunately his life got cut short. He passed away here in June of 2024. Really sad situation. I miss him every day. So hopefully we can kind of do this as a tribute to his knowledge that he passed down to me all those years ago. Getting the engines on. He taught me so much stuff, so much stuff. I'm so thankful. And we got 1 more to go here. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. Crazy how much one person can affect your life in such a positive way. There we go. I would not be where I am without him today. My Milwaukee tools, but some of these things you can't get to with power tools. So, okay, and that is the master cylinder off. And now we can get to the master brake booster, and that's probably 4 bolts on the inside. So let me go take a look and see what we got there. Okay, those came out fairly quickly. That was nice. Now this should just pop right off there. No, I forgot to unhook that plunger from brake pedal. Let's see here. Okay. And that came out nicely. And all that stuff's going to get powder coated and shined up, and all this thing's going to be pretty beautiful when it's done. I've got big plans for this thing, so hopefully you all will come along for the ride. It might be a while, might be a long build series, I'm not sure. We'll just see how it goes. So let's kind of go over this. I cut some of the roll cage out because I didn't like the way the bars here went. They kind of went down, they kind of rolled back and backwards, and every time I got into the truck I would kind of trip on them things, so I cut it out. I'm going to weld plates in the bottom corner here, and then the roll bar is going to go down. I got to put the factory dash back in it because I think the factory dash is pretty cool, and then the roll bar is going to go ahead of it and down straight down to the floor and past my feet so I can get in and out of it properly, and a passenger can get in and out of it without tripping over themselves. And let's see here, go up and over there. Yes, I cut the roof off so we could do the rest of the roll cage properly. Door bars, All that good stuff, and all this interior is going to get painted to match the truck, and that's going to be a surprise for later on. And then the roll cage in back, this might end up having to come out because I want to change the entire rear end here from, I welded in some 4 links to it because it was ladder bar, and I just, the angles and such are all wrong, so I'm going to basically cut all the back end of this all completely out and start over with a 4-link kit. And the tires in this thing are a 29 by 15 and a half inches wide, so plenty of traction. I'm going to do another fuel cell, probably a stainless steel, probably like a 25 gallon, because it's going to be on E85 plus pump gas, so it'll have a dual system on it, and yeah, it ought to be pretty wild. And I've got a lot of work to do here, so I'm going to get back to doing some sanding. Actually, I gotta take the rest of those brake stuff apart, so let's get to that and see what that takes. 10 millimeter there on the proportioning valve. I'm excited to get back on this truck. I miss driving it. Let's see here. We're going to have to loosen up those brake lines too, so we don't end up with trying to do it after the fact, which will be a pain in the ass. So those are all 10 millimeters here. Very tight, which none of them leak, so that's good. Well, I might have to get back to this with my line wrench. That's really how you're supposed to do this, is with the line wrench. Yep. Oh boy. Those are really on there. You know what? Maybe I'll just take it all off. But now I can't take it all off as one unit. Nope. I'm not going to get lucky. Alright. So I guess we'll just skip to doing a little bit of sanding on the engine bay and see how that goes. Let me pause you and I'll be right back. And we're out of gas in the air compressor, so I'm not going to do any sanding apparently the rest of the night, so bummer deal. I guess we're just going to have to call it a night. So there's the turbocharger. I bought it used, so it's going to have to do us until we can get the channel going and do some upgrades on that, etc., etc. There's the nice compressor. It's kind of a mess in here, so I apologize, but that's what you do when you're starting out. So anyway, that's about the gist of it. So the engine bay is not going to be purple. I bought this truck that way. The guy had a Chevy motor in it, turbo 350 transmission. I gutted all that stuff out, and obviously we went back to a rotary because can't have any pistons in a rotary engine truck. Yep, she's got a long way to go. So come along, and that's about it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.